baby dolls, mayday, mayday. Somebody just lost their entire bag right here. I know you see a big green up, but it's actually very dangerous. Someone here has been unable to read instructions. This is eHEX to pHEX. So this is Ethereum hex to pHEX. And we are on the PulseChain network. So this ratio represents how strong Ethereum hex is to pHEX. If you look closely, squint your eyes. I'm going to let you squint them right now. You see a number of 40 here. So it is not hex on Ethereum going up. It is hex on PulseChain going down, which what they did was, this is crazy. You can work this out. So hex on Ethereum right now is 3.4 cents, so 0.034. So basically, he sold pHEX down. You divide this by 40. He sold pHEX down to 0.00085 cents. He gave away all his money. Congratulations, you played yourself. And you're going to play by yourself now because you have no more friends left because you lost everything. Chill out, baby dolls. There's a lot of mayhem going on. I'm going to show you a couple of things we're looking at. This ratio is using the real contract addresses, but please, everyone has to be careful. Everyone chill out. The bridge is pretty much blocked. Some of the people's money is going through on the transactions on the bridge. My one is personally blocked. I'm sure there are others that are clogged. Hopefully it's going through. The liquidity is very, very thin. So what you can do is you can actually go, there's an info page up here, and we can see how thin the liquidity is. If you scroll down, so I went to PulseX.com, PulseX.com, app.pulsex.com. You can check it out, app.pulsex.com, and you go to these double dots, triple dots, you go to the info page, you'll be able to see here, and we are actually now watching these things start to form. Look how thin it is. The liquidity for wrapped Ethereum is only $400. So these are very small. Even the liquidity for Hex on PulseChain is $270,000. So this person, the chart I just showed you, what they were doing was losing everything. So what they did was they thought, so you probably wonder, how does this happen? Well, they thought they had made millions of dollars because what they were actually doing was they were selling their pHEX and they did not look at the contract right. They've read no instructions. They don't know what they're doing. They're probably not English speaking. It's very obvious. So what they've done is they've gone to Hex here and they've gone to and they've put in the USDC. I don't have the fake contract up here because I don't even want to add it. But the fake USDC that you put in, because it's not worth $1, it's worth 0.0001 cents. This person was selling like $2,000 and they saw that they were getting, wow, I made $2 million. No, you didn't. You just lost your whole bag. And you can actually see from these ratios, they dragged everything down. So you can see here, this is the HEX PLS ratio. And I'm using DEX Screener. So just as a reminder, you go to dexscreener.com/PulseChain and you'll be able to see all the tickers. So this person, you can see the ratio here. See how the ratio is locked in? So all they had to do was as soon as somebody provided liquidity in either Pulse or HEX, this person paper handed out. They're like, hey, I got my millions of dollars. But they had millions of monopoly dollars worth absolutely nothing. So this is why they got absolutely obliterated. You can see, look at this, look what's happening here. This DEX screener, we're waiting for it to properly print, but you can see Hex on PulseChain, look at this price, 0.0002. So it's not even a cent. It's a third of a cent. Now, you might say to me, oh, I want to come and buy it. Well, you can't. Have a look at this liquidity. It's very tiny. You can only buy like $500 to $700 worth. That's why this person who just wrecked themselves got annihilated. Oh, man, it's crazy to see this. This is the incentive token. All these things, crazy. No one knows what the hell is going on. I just want to remind you, please, just be patient. We have to wait and see the liquidity come and match. Basically, everything's down 90%. It's like everyone's lost their money, but there's no real money. There's no real money that's been set for the liquidity pairs. And as that keeps coming in, people will find a proper fair value of where they think things are. So what you can actually do is you can get the proper address. I'm going to get it for you on another screen. What I've done is I've copy pasted the eDAI. So E, capital letters, D-A-I, eDAI. And what you want to see is when you add it in, you can import it. So eDAI stablecoin from Ethereum. You put it in, you'll add. It's this address, ends in F305. That's okay. And you import it. And then you'll be able to see how much it's worth. So you can't do one. So you can see right now, one hex is 0.0036. So that's why you can see the damage. This person on low liquidity thought they were becoming a million. They thought, oh, I'm buying yachts, 10,000x. No, you have bought yourself a ticket to poverty for another 4 years. You've completely blown the cycle. Oh, man, these people. So what you want to do is you want to test it with just 100,000 hex and you'll see die. So people are putting liquidity back in again. So you can now see, so 100,000 hex will only get you $300. So you can see it's 90% down from where probably should be. Okay, it should be 10x higher. It should be around 3 cents. You can't do anything right now. So you would say, hey, I want to buy this cheap hex on PulseChain. Remember, I showed you down here. I can show you on the liquidity. Firstly, you can only buy about $500 worth. And secondly, there's already millions of dollars in the bridge that they're getting unlocked right now. So even if you go and join the queue, it's going to be back up. Not much we can do. This is why it's important we see and check these ratios out. And we get to observe what the hell is going on. Because without this information, we're going to get absolutely screwed. With all these, we're going to wait for this liquidity to come in. We're going to wait for these numbers to start putting in millions and millions of dollars coming in. See, I think everybody wants to start putting in the money for wrapped Ethereum because there's been some troubles. Just wait. I've even got transactions stuck. So what can you do from now? You're going to have to punt. All right, because at the end of the day, we don't really know what's going to happen with any of these. I want to show you the DEX screener and everything going. You want to definitely look at the pulse-hex ratio. Okay, it's going nowhere. We also want to look at pulse-hex to pulse. We also want to look at this. This is, we want to invert it. We don't want to look at this naughty one. Okay, it actually is the dollars are starting to get screwed because all the money's coming in and everything's going to have to peg to the Oracle and how DEX Screener reads everything. So all that's coming in. We need proper numbers. It's very funny how there are people who got absolutely obliterated. You can see the candles have even changed here. And babes, I want to show you a cute little trick. You got to do this as well, okay? If you go to DEX Screener, I have copy-pasted the eDAI contract. So what you can do is you can actually copy paste it up here and it will show you everything with that contract address. So you can come and see everything. And you just want to have a look at where the highest liquidity is. Look at this down here, hex DAI. This is the thickest one, right? $1,500. That's why somebody just lost their whole stack by getting this destroyed. You see, they thought, look at this, it's minus 99.95%. They genuinely thought they were killing it. Absolutely crushing it. Look at even WEF DAI. Liquidity is very, very low with any of these. Give them a day, give them a week. We'll see where everything settles. I've seen some people. It's funny on Twitter. People are in shock because they're actually we're all down minus 90% right now. We're actually all down minus 90% because of this paper hand. So we're just gonna have to witness a bit more mayhem, a bit more chaos. The ratios are in line because they are bonded by everybody farming. So don't worry about them. So there is no urgency. And I'll bring that up for you again. So here, this is hex pulse. You can do pulse X, whatever. These have people basically locking themselves in. See, the liquidity is 288K. It's not enough to really move things heaps. It's just people coming in to grab the fees. There is no farm for it yet. There's probably going to be one. So with these, you're not going to get something drastically deviating. You need without bigger players coming in. So you need bigger players to come and say, hey, I'm exiting out of PulseX into Pulse, etc., etc. The damage we've seen right now that people have done are strictly because of the new US dollar linked money that's coming from Ethereum. Once people pair it, anybody can set it up or down anywhere. That's the issue. So all the ratios are set and everything moves up or down together. But now you get to see. Now you get to see liquidity bonding, right? So everything and all the ratios were locked in. One guy with $1,400 liquidity loses his whole bag and just get absolutely annihilated. He sends the whole market down. So there's no real US dollars here. But don't worry, don't be scared about this. More people are going to come in. It's going to thicken up. And from now on, you just have to wait here with me and we're going to see how everything starts to play out. Is PulseX Pulse going to drop? Is HEX going to rally? Where is the eHEX to pHEX ratio? You can observe these things. I even have them here. You can check them out. I was looking them out. I have even added here the contract for, you can get HEX from the Ethereum linked in, and I'll bring it in for you now. And it's actually right here. So you have HEX up the top. I'm going to change this to HEX, and you can see HEX from Ethereum. It's a contract, ends in D225. You can find it on my Twitter. People posting it all around. And if you import it, you can see how much is 1 for 1. So look at this. Look at this. So one PulseChain HEX is only 13%, 13.7% of the Ethereum HEX. So another way to do it is, look how dangerous that is. So one eHEX gets you 9 pHEX. That is disgusting. So what we can do is you can find the price right now, 3.4 cents moving. So if you do 3.4 divided by 9, that's how you get absolute disgusting. That's how many cents it is. So it's, if you do 0.034 divided by 9, this is where you actually get the disgusting. Yes, not even a penny for pHEX, but liquidity is thin. We're seeing a splash up and down. There's nothing we can do, because for us, like, you might say to me, oh, I want to buy 1 million HEX. I want to put $10,000 in. You can't. You need other people offering it to you down there. Just because there's a price quote here doesn't really mean anything. You actually need other people to sit here and do volume and to transact. There really is no free lunch when it comes to this. This person who hurt himself just gave his money to the liquidity pool provider. That person at the very start, they smack it up and smack it down, okay? So, as a reminder for your strategy, going forward, don't forget, you need to collect. Do you have any PLS? If you don't, you're going to have to get some. How much you get, completely on you. I wish I could give you some direct measurement. I know this ratio is screwed. I wish I could give you some direct measurement in terms of where we're going to be in the next 6 months. The problem is we are not at any screaming buy or sell levels. So as just a flat rate, if you are scared, you don't know what to do, just get, if you have your PulseX bag, rotate anywhere from 20%, 33 or 50% of it. Just slice it in and sit on it. You don't have to do too much. I am more bullish on PulseX just because if DEX's volumes are going to pick up and we're heading into a bull market, I want to own the DEX. It's very contrarian. But I'm not selling all my Pulse. No way. I'm not going to take any chance like that, because you're going to need it. What if this ratio is actually quoting wrong for some reason, but the PulseX Pulse ratio, we are in a diddle zone here. If you own Pulse, if we get screwed next year, let's say we get scammed and the ratio goes down here, at the bottom, you will be able to, so down here, you will spend your PLS in your wallet and you will buy PulseX down here. And then your goal is, with me, when the bull market comes back and it goes up here, you'll be selling your PulseX. You will retrieve more Pulse. This is the true ratio investing of how we're going to do. And it's not going to come down here and happen in a week or a month, etc. It might take us 12, 24 months, who knows? But that's the general idea. But if you're all in PulseX up here in this diddle zone, if you're all in PulseX, you run the risk, okay? But hey, here's the thing. If it goes up from there, you win. You win the whole game because you're all in PulseX. But if it goes up, we're all happy anyway. So you're not even really going to feel like you're being missed out if you didn't have the correct ratio. But if we go down, now you have an option to protect yourself. So this is just something to keep in mind. I don't want to hear anybody whinge if you make the wrong move and a ratio moves. So don't go all in, all out. Rotate around. Keep something there. And as well, on top of this, you definitely get both the hexes and stake them. Earn yield on yield. We get to sit back. We get to wait and chill, see where the liquidity sets, and we'll take it from there. Catch you in the next one, baby dolls.